If you're seeing this, then this is your Tarot Tuesday message for February 11th, 2025. Welcome. My name is Lara. If you've never been here, nice to meet you. If you've been here before, welcome back. We are here taking a look at the week ahead, peeking into the energy that's at play and just kind of seeing what we have coming up to work with as a collective. If you're finding this video on or around February 11th, that's great. If you're not, and it's later in the week or the month or the year or years, that's okay too. Time isn't linear, it's cyclical, and whenever these messages are coming to you, that they're meant to find you. This is just what we're dealing with in this particular moment on the space-time continuum. Okay. But yeah, we can all access all kinds of energies at any given point. So you know what's best for you. You know what messages will be meant for you. And this is a general reading, so it may not be super specific to your situation, but maybe there's something in there with the themes and the patterns and just the energy that's kind of around that that you resonate with. So, like I said, you know what's meant for you. I always say take things with a grain of salt. If it doesn't resonate, you don't need to take it. And yeah, as long as you have an open heart and an open mind, you'll be able to figure it out. Listen to yourself. See what your inner wisdom says. So yes, we're going to be looking as per usual with our oracle and our tarot deck. We have some of the astrology of the week. We'll talk about that. This is the week of February 11th through the 17th. And we will have a full moon in Leo on the 12th. So I think that's sort of like the most major. I mean, there's all kinds of things happening in the sky right now, and the world is worlding, I guess you could say. And yeah, but definitely we have this full moon in Leo coming up right out of the gate. So I think we're going to be working with a lot of that energy. Full moons in general, this is the fullest point in the moon's lunation. It is not the end of the cycle. This is, in fact, actually about the midway point. And it's when the moon is the biggest and brightest in the sky. This particular full moons in general, also, this is a time for clearing. This is a time for harvest. So what's been working for you to harvest, what needs to be cleared away, with whatever intentions, whatever new things began with the new moon a couple of weeks ago. So with the energy of Leo, we're talking about like this is very big. It is bold and confident and enigmatic. It's lion energy, and lions are the king energy. So this is really big energy. It's fire energy. I can see this asking us in our own ways, asking to let go of a lot. And Leo energy too is a lot about being super confident in who you are. Leos are often in the spotlight. And it's all solar plexus energy. Solar plexus is our ego and our will. So what drives us, what lights us up, right? It's confidence, it's joy, it's innocence in a sense as well. Sun, Leo is ruled by the sun. So that's also a little interesting. We do have a full moon, so it is when the moon is brightest, and the moon actually doesn't have any of her own light. She reflects the light of the sun. So I think that's sort of like some interesting imagery to play with. But in general, full moons are asking us to let go of what's not working and keep working with what is. What do we change, tweak? What things need to be tended to? What things need to be sort of pruned away? And I'm sensing that it's sort of like bold decision making in that, because of that Leo energy. Leo is it's a big and it's a bold energy. So, right? So, yeah, so it's a lot. You may already be feeling the effects. I feel like I am, just like being out and about. I don't feel super patient, which is like, fiery energy is not a super patient energy. And I literally, earlier today, walking around, just, and it's like the things I'm feeling are asking me to look at certain aspects, and I'm looking at it, but also I'm literally like roaring. I'm like, rah, just because I'm, oh! Wee! But yes, and this fiery Leo full moon is happening. We are still in our Aquarius season, which is very airy and weird, right? It's getting real weird. And yeah, so really, really an interesting energy happening. But yeah, let's see what we can do to work with it, shall we? I'm going to go ahead and grab our first deck here. Normally I maybe would have like taken more of a look, done a little bit more research on the astrological happenings. We have lots of planets that were in retrograde are coming out of retrograde. Venus is in retrograde, which is interesting because also, because February, as the month of love, Venus energy, the goddess, she's been in her shadow. If she's not still in her shadow, she's moving into retrograde. So this is a time of reflection for like relationships. Money stuff also can come up because Venus is love and money. And creativity and all of those kinds of things, but also beauty. But then also we have Mars in retrograde. So we have the goddess of love and the god of war in retrograde as well. Mars is retrograding. I think it's in Cancer. It's been there for a while, and I think it's towards the end of March that we see him come out of retrograde. So interesting. Love, war, two kind of sides of the same coin. Leo being sun energy with a full moon. Interesting. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, but I didn't dig too much on those, and it's always moving around up there and all kinds of stuff. So most recently I know that Uranus went direct, but a lot of those other outer planets have come out of their retrograde. So but yeah, let's go ahead, and I am going to shuffle this is the Oracle of Mystical Moments deck. Let's catch a vibe and see what themes or what kind of vibe we're working with here over the next 7 days. If you could please give us, thank you, a bit of much, thank you. Mm-hmm. All right, I might want to reference that. We see. What do we have? Stranded. Ooh. Have we been feeling stuck? Do we feel stuck? How do we feel stranded where we are? Stranded in like this very unusual place It is this ship that's stranded at the top of a tree. And then this individual has the anchor going down this other little section of the tree. That's so interesting. 4-4 here. Number 4 might be significant. 4 is a foundational number. 4 plus 4 is 8. Stranded. I'm hearing, how did I get here? For whoever that is for. I want to look in the book. That's kind of what I'm getting. Let's see what, yes, misdirection, misjudgment, fear of failure. Look at this young sailor stranded with this ship on top of a tall tree. He needs his anchor to help him get back down to earth. The card asks, how did the ship get there? This is such an unusual place for a seafaring vessel. At times we feel the same. We find ourselves in situations where we can't quite understand. Sometimes we feel we've made mistakes because our expectations are so high. We set ourselves up for failure. We either beat ourselves up over our performance, or we're so intimidated that we never begin. Failure is a necessary part of the process, as important to the journey as a rudder on a ship. So yeah, not even like failure to even get started. Misdirection, misjudgment, fear of failure. Okay, let's keep going. We have our spicy oracle here. And I'm going to do 1, 2, one more is 3. Let's see what we have today. Tell us a little bit more about this card. Stranded, misdirection, fear of failure. Always the plan. Interesting. I won't wait forever. Taking requests. No, here we go. Always the plan, taking requests. I won't wait forever. Always the plan. Taking requests. I won't wait forever. I feel like wherever you feel stuck now, and even if you are like, how did I get here? Maybe there's a fear of moving ahead, or maybe the staying stuck here is because of that fear of failure. I think our fear of failure can also be our fear of success if we're prone to self-sabotage. Always the plan, taking requests, I won't wait forever. So I feel as if what this is kind of speaking to, as far as our stranded card here, always the plan. It's maybe how we can use these feelings of being stuck or stranded in this strange place to our advantage. This was always a part of the plan. With taking requests, I feel like this is inviting you to reconsider while you're here, while you're stuck, while you're dealing with these feelings of maybe feeling misguided, these feelings of misdirection. And I won't wait forever. Still sort of implying that there's some action to move. But not after sort of coming to terms, I think, with these feelings. Where do you feel misguided and why? Knowing that it was always part of the plan for you to look at in the first place, because it sets you off on a different direction, which is part of also the taking requests. Well, if you're stuck here and this isn't what you want, this is sort of like an invitation to think about what else might be possible and then moving into that action. I won't wait forever. And maybe it's not about making sure you're going the right way and making sure that the steps you take don't lead you to failure, that you're not going to fail. Maybe it's about, getting stuck in these places, getting stranded in these places is meant to show you where it is you actually want to go. Does that make sense? That's what I'm seeing. Hopefully that kind of makes sense to me. Hopefully that kind of makes sense to you too. Or maybe it makes a whole lot of sense. But let's go ahead and pull some tarot cards and see what the tarot has to say. Could we please have 3 cards to show us the energy of what we're working with this week? How, where is this energy going to take us? Where's this energy taking us? Yeah. Over the next 7 days. That's number 2. Interesting. And you're number 3. Okie dokie. Give me 1 second. I dropped a card. Okay. So let's start here at the bottom of the deck, our shadow cards representing our subconscious. Right out of the gate, we have the King of Wands energy. This is very fiery. This is Leo energy, literally right there. I think there will be this undercurrent of like, you got to go out and you got to get it. And there is a driving energy here. It's masculine in nature, which is action oriented. I think there's just this energy here of like going out and doing, but that's, yeah, going out and doing. I think there really is a strong desire to move forward. And it's as if this King of Wands energy is coming to the front to help you move out of this place. But it is also, I think there's also something here being reconciled within yourself with the Two of Cups. Two of Cups is all about partnerships, fulfilling relationships, things like that. So this may be like an actual partnership in your life, but because it's the shadow position, I feel like this is sort of 2 parts of the self being reconciled. The King of Wands too is with the fire energy. You also see on his shirt, this is so hard to see, but on his shirt, there's a salamander. Okay. An imprint, like a design. And the camera's not really picking it up, but there's a salamander. Salamanders represent transformation. It was thought that they could not die in the Middle Ages because they have this mucus on them that when you light it on fire, they don't burn. So they represent alchemy and that transformation through fire. So I'm sensing some sort of reconciling 2 aspects of self. Maybe it's more than 2, but with the Two of Cups, again, we've already kind of touched on this like polarity a little bit with the energy, full moon, the moon energy with the sun energy in Leo. Yeah. And then with the Page of Pentacles in reverse, there's a missed opportunity here. Something that has been unable to take root. And maybe it's reconciling, and that's the thing that's keeping you stuck, that hanging on to whatever that is, that just is like not the seed that's just not planting and blooming so that you can continue your forward movement. Reconciling with whatever that is. And part of that is with the Knight of Wands, more fiery energy here. I really feel like this Knight of Wands is, I mean, it is bold, it is quick, but also this one here is very like living in that authenticity, sort of dancing to the beat of your own drum. There's the horse dancing in the background, right? Like you doing you and that moving you forward. I'm hearing Shake It Off. That song is in my head for whatever reason, for whoever that's for. And sometimes that's the answer when you're feeling stagnant. It really is to just literally move when emotions are coming up as well. If we're talking about transmuting or, within shadow work, especially, intense emotions and things come up. And sometimes you have to move because the emotions get stuck in your body. I'm somebody who was like very affected by that. And I don't have a good habit of moving around, like getting up, going for a walk, just even if it's just like some jumping jacks or something, right where you're standing. Dancing, is really, really good. And for other reasons, I don't really do that. But it also like that, I know that the stuff that I have around that keeps me stuck. Because when I am moving my body, it's processing all of the emotional and spiritual things that are also that are constantly in motion, that need to move through the channel. So take that for what that's worth. That's funny because they actually literally saw this little video that was like, for who this is meant to find, those videos. And she was like, you're not throwing enough ass. So I certainly have more confirmation there. Okay. It's like, sometimes it's like, ugh. I'm always moving, but I need to be moving more like within my authenticity, not just sort of like going in the motions. And why am I moving towards what I'm moving towards as well? Okay, interesting. So what does that mean as far as how that's all underneath the surface for us? So what does that mean as far as like the energy we're going to be dealing with during the week? Well, this is so interesting. We have, wow. Okay. So this stranded card was 44. Okay. We're starting off with the 8 of Pentacles, and we also have the 4 of Wands, and then we have the King of Swords. All right. So I'm feeling like there's still more to be said about cultivating your skill this week. Okay. Practice makes perfect. Maybe there's like routines that you can be putting into your, like layering into your life, maybe layering back into your life. I'm not very good with routines to help support this mastery. Okay. We're still very much like, we're taking what we've learned here and we're practicing it. What is it? Like it's, they say it takes 1,000 hours to become a master at something. So she's putting in towards her 1,000 hours here. So right out of the gate, I'm seeing that this is still a journey of practice makes perfect. So maybe we don't have to cling to these feelings of being misguided and feeling stuck and stranded as much, knowing that this is still all about the practice. The 4 of Wands coming in with that, I think that is going to help lighten things up. There may even be community available for you with the 4 of Wands. 4, again, this is a number of stability. It's a number of family and celebration. especially the Four of Wands, they literally are celebrating. And the Four of Wands often referred to as the 1111 portal. So there's new beginnings here. Okay, new beginnings within a familiar place. Whoa, it's weird. I got chills. There's portals available for you to walk through this tent. I feel like we've been seeing this a lot lately as well. So there we are again. And then the King of Swords, there's a lot of movement too. They're moving a lot. They're dancing. And then the King of Swords, to end the week with this sort of, you know, through the Eight of Pentacles and Four of Pentacles energy, this practice makes perfect, this celebration, this movement. Making sure too, maybe that you're not overly, that you've got things in balance here. What is it they say? Work hard, play hard. Work hard, play hard. But also it's like balancing work with doing the things you love and being with the people that you love. And letting that lead you to whatever new doorway you're meant to walk through. And by the end of the week with the King of Swords, there is this energy sort of, I'm getting coming out on top, but on top as in a bird's eye view. Very like there's clarity in this card. There's wisdom in this card. You see all of these, the owl, the raven or the crow, whatever, the bat, these are all like highly spiritual, birds being the messengers, owls, lots of wisdom, you know, the bat as well. They don't actually see, they have the sonar, so it's a different kind of sight. Also that. Maybe even like physically getting a heightened perspective. Seeing things from a higher perspective when you're not as close and in it. When you're in it, when you're down in it, you're feeling stuck and stranded. But by the end of the week, we're getting this higher perspective here where we're like, ha, now I can kind of see ahead. This is also giving sort of like higher self vibes, and your higher self knows the way. Your higher self sees from this vantage point. And it's your ego that gets confused and won't allow it. Won't allow anything to help them, which is why they're stranded in fear. Okay. All right. Did that make sense? Let me know. That's what I've got. I think, it's going to be an interesting week. One foot in front of the other. We do the best we can, right? But I think it's really time to what is it time to do? Yeah, one foot in front of the other. You're here feeling stranded for a reason. It's meant to show you things. It doesn't mean that you stop what you're doing. It doesn't mean that you quit doing the work that you're doing. It means you continue on more. You're cultivating a skill set. Okay? And letting, as you are transforming, alchemically transforming and reconciling these parts of yourselves, reconciling losses and griefs and things like that, you've got to shake it out. You've got to dance it out. You've got to move it so that you can move through to that higher perspective. Zoom out. Okay. So that sounds good. That sounds like some relief. And that'll be towards the end of the week, probably over the weekend. Oh, I forgot. If you're in the United States, 14th is Valentine's Day, which is like the love day this month. So maybe that will have something to do with it. Whether or not you have plans for that day, I think it could be advantageous to spend time with yourself as well. Or even more important to do so. Yeah. All right, that's what I've got. I hope that this helped. Please let me know if it did. I love to hear about it. And yeah, you can like, share, subscribe so you can find me, and I'm on other places, on the other things. If you want to connect with me, other places, there's all kinds of information in the description box below. But yeah, that's what I've got this week. So with that, I will bid you adieu and see you on the other side.